Hello, how are you today? This is JilliBling, Stamping with Jilly, and I'm continuing with the Manly May theme. I'm making one more card using the stamp set Pedal to the Metal. It's turned out to be quite a fun set. I've had a lot of fun making these projects, and I'd love to share this one with you today. Don't you love the background? I do. Something a little bit different. It looks very distressed. So let's get started. So these are most of the products we'll be using. Memento ink to stamp the truck because we'll be coloring it in using the blends. Sponges, early espresso ink, soft suede ink, tear tape because I used regular adhesive and to me it looks like it keeps on lifting up. So on the one we're going to make today, I'm going to use tear tape under there to hold it in place. Tear tape. This is some new ribbon. It is called Faux Suede Trim. And when I saw it at first, it's like, well, that's kind of dull. But it feels kind of cool. It's thicker than you might think it is. And it worked out perfectly to be my truck dirt. But we'll use this. And this you could get when the new catalog goes live on June 3rd. We're going to use a die set layering circles. And when you get layering circles, you get scallop circles and regular circles. And look how perfectly they fit together. Well, you could see how nice they fit together. Just about any size you can imagine. And then just about every project I use the die set called Stitched Shapes, and those coordinate perfectly with these. Stitched Shapes comes in circles, ovals, and squares, but they work beautifully together. And these little gems, ooh, there's one right there, we'll use that one. Star Designer Elements. These came out with the holiday catalog and I loved them. I got quite a few packages and I was sad to see them go. But guess what reappeared in the new catalog? Yes, some of these. So we certainly will be using them today because we're using copper foil and it works well with this Manly card. Okay. This is for the greeting. We talked about these. So, because I have all these papers here, this one is going to be the scallop circle for right back here. This one just cut plain white for under the truck, just because there's so much other texture and heavy colors going on, really needed the white. Okay, what else do I have here? This is for stamping the truck. The truck is going to be stamped in, hold on, let's just get started. It's going to be stamped in Memento. Usually when I stamp in Memento, I use a really nice quality paper like the Stampin' Up! Whisper White. Because it's got a really tight weave, the color lays on top of the paper beautifully. This is something a little bit different. I'm going to stamp using Memento ink onto crumb cake paper. The crumb cake paper, because it's a bit more coarse, it likes to drink up the, yeah, I don't like that there. Oh, I just smeared it. It drinks up your marker. I hope this is going to fit. Are your fingers crossed? Ooh, that's a lot better, and it fits. Woohoo! Okay, so we have the truck stamped. Pieces and pieces. So on here, see how I have two different sizes of crumb cake paper? This one underneath is a little bit bigger. This one is smaller. The smaller one we're going to crinkle up into a ball. The smaller one is going to become this. And with crinkling it over and over and over, it's going to make it even smaller than it originally looks. So let's start with this crinkling because we just talked about it. You ready? Aren't you impressed with this technique? Okay. make it a bit small, a bit ugly. Any frustrations, they go into the crinkled ball. Open it up. It looks crinkled, but I don't think I'm done. I need more crinkles. So I'll crinkle it this way this time. And just crinkle however much you want. I wanted lots of wrinkles in it. I wanted it to look like that's what the paper looked like. So I'll probably do this quite a few more times. Open it up. And we want it to be ugly. So when I look at it, I'm missing crinkles here. I was missing crinkles there. Missing crinkles up through here. Okay, you see where I'm going with this, right? This right here is looking good. Look at that. Tony, in the morning, he comes in, he plugs my tablet in every morning because I leave it out all night so that it's charged up in the morning, which is really sweet of him. But I had this sitting right here, and I thought, I know what he's going to do with that. Do you know what he would do? He'd go throw it away. So I opened it up, and I put it underneath paper so he wouldn't think about it. But see how well crinkled that is? Okay. So should we do, how about if we do some of the other pieces and then we'll come back to this. The words. I'm going to stamp it in suede to a great guy. Okay. Then with my trimmer, I'm going to trim it. Magic, it's done. Okay, so that's done. On the Big Shot, I'm going to cut these pieces. Magic, they're done. How about if we just start layering them on here, just setting them in place. Take your base paper and fold it in half. Probably should have a little bit more of a rhythm here. I hope I'm not driving you crazy. Okay, so this one's going to go here. This is going to go here. Tree Great Guy is going to go on top. This is inside. Truck is going to be cut out and colored using slate, light dark, crumb, light dark, and suede light. And it'll look like this. And I'll put still pictures on my blog, and if you click on the picture, then you could zoom in on it and see where I colored what. It's always nice to follow with something. Here's a colored truck. Okay, so that's going to go here. And this trim, I'm going to do about that much. Okay, got that. I think it's on to, well, this thing here. I'll put this on top just so I don't lose it. That's going to go there. And the rest of it is just the crinkle paper. So let's work on crinkle paper. There's a sample. Can you see that? Good enough for now. Crinkle paper. And it's done with, first I started out just doing espresso only. And then I thought, well, the truck has suede in it. And I added another layer of sponging using the suede sponge and ink. And I like it better. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so it doesn't matter if there's those little freckles on here, because this is going to get lots of sponging. Kind of like we're making it a completely different color. You see it happening? Is it looking manly? Kind of looks like elephant skin. Not that I've seen an elephant close up. Okay, so that's done with just espresso. And let me show you the difference between the two. There's not too much of a difference, but this one has a little bit more, I guess, of a yellow tinge, which matches the truck. This one just looks really dirty. Okay, this is suede. See how it warms it up just a little bit? I'll do half of it and see if you notice the difference. Okay, so when you look at the two of them, let me see what you would see. Maybe a little closer. So there's just a minor difference. I'm going to continue with the suede, adding on a little more color. So the next step is attaching this paper to this piece of crumb cake paper. And I'm going to try doing tear tape. But because this ink is still maybe a little bit damp, I'm going to set it off to the side. Oh, dirty fingers. I don't like that. So pretend like you're working on the inside of the card, and then we'll attach it. I just want the ink to evaporate a little bit just so I don't get quite so dirty. But look what I have. I have one already done. So let's put tear tape on it. And one note is when you lay this onto your card, it's not at all going to be rectangular. But we'll just do our best. I'll show you here in a minute. Because there's so much texture on this paper, which is what we want, it distorted the shape. And with me putting the tear tape over wrinkles like that, not straighten them out, it's not going to help any, but it'll make it look really good. Okay, make sure tear tape is on. Okay. So you excited about the new catalog? I know I am. Okay, so this is ready to put on to this layer right here. And I'm just going to get it about in the center. Maybe give the center just a little bit of a pull. Okay, so I was just looking at this amount right here, and I wanted to make sure it equals this. And I'm going to do the same over here. These are really off. And then I'll pull the edges. I'm just kind of straightening out the bald, crumpled up effect, but because the ink is on it, it still has the masculine look. Well, that turned out well. Okay, so this extra piece of crumb cake paper is more just to act as a border and to clean it up a little bit because it was really messy. And that, on this one I put it on with dimensionals. I think I'm going to try it flat this time. Yeah, with it being flat, you don't really see. Okay, maybe dimensionals were better, but it's fine. This is fine. Okay, so before we get to the inside, let's finish all of this beautifulness. No stamping at all on this white circle. And just a little bit of the copper showing through. Can't have it too blingy. And I will put dimensionals on this thing. Okay. How about right there? And then for this, I don't think snail will work. I'm going to use some glue dots. Okay, and this truck I'm going to have coming down a hill. Truck. Got it a little bit off, but I'm going to pretend like I planned that. So truck is going to go here. I think I want to see a little bit of the white underneath there. If I took the time to cut it out, I want the detail to show. I think if I hit it down in here, yeah, better like that. Okay, got dimensionals on here. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Very nice. To a great guy. Oh, it's hard to cover up the truck. Well, that's what it's going to be. And I want to make sure that the greeting is parallel with the top and bottom. Okay, a little star. Get that glue dot under there. Goes right there. Oh, I like it. Okay, so for the inside, that's what happens when you're sponging. Little dirty sponge pieces go everywhere and I get ink splotches. Okay, magic paper, other side is good. Oh, so need to give credit to Kayla. Thanks for sharing and designing this. So I'm going to put the truck, just a little bit of the back side in there, using Memento ink. So I could color it in with the blends. And then the tread. I think I've used a tread on every card. Tread. And this I did it in espresso. Okay. Hope your day is full of adventure. That's done in suede. Okay, and then sponging in suede and espresso, and I have one done. So that goes on the inside. Look at that. It's a fun set, huh? Okay, so that's all that I'm going to do with Pedal to the Metal. And the next set I'm going to work on, it's the last one I promised that I would use, and it is Clubhouse. And I don't know why I have all these stickies and rubber band, but we'll use the die, the stamp set, and the paper. And I have no idea quite yet, but I know it's going to be awesome. I really wish this one wasn't going away. I have lots of ideas of what to do with this set. course, the guy is good. Even just the ball right in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll post still pictures of these projects on my blog, which is JilliBling.com, and I'll also put a product list of everything used for these 3 projects. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.